Hello everyone and welcome to a Forza 6 Let's Play with me, Thiele. Today we'll be racing at the old Mulsanne 40. This is, there will be no mods, strictly stock. I did download a tune. Driver difficulty is on Pro. I'm not trying to be humble today, and odds are I will probably restart if the first lap ends up being a madhouse like it usually is. As far as assists, now this vehicle I'm very unfamiliar with, so I'll be using a braking line as a reference only. Everything else, as you can see, is off, and I believe we're ready to get started. Had a little echo there. Alright. We're off. Make good headway here in the first pull-off point. We've got 5 quick laps. Oh, this car is jumpy. So over 20 laps. Oh my goodness gracious. A little late on the brakes there, but that's no problem. I will probably be silent throughout most of the stream. This is pretty hectic driving. So my apologies if there are silences. I'll try not to ram into the back of butt V8 here. As we just make our way around the first lap. Long straightaway. It's probably, what, 3.5–4 miles long? It's hard to tell. I haven't read any books on Le Mans yet. Recently got finished reading a book on, authored by Mickey Lauda, called My Years with Ferrari. Very interesting book. He talks about all of his experience with the team itself, and a lot of theory behind the way he drove his vehicle as well. It's a very fascinating read. You should probably... I would recommend it. I would recommend it. So as we're coming up on the final bits of the straight stretch here, well, we're watching for the trees to come up so we can know when to start braking. So we can carry the speed through the corner without going all the way into the wall. And we've already got marked for a dirty lap, and I'm not sure how we got that. But it's not really important at the moment. What is important is that we don't get knocked off the road by this blinking Ferrari. Now the brakes on this Ford are absolutely atrocious compared to what I'm used to driving. The P-Class, Indy Class, those are my favorite. R-Class vehicles. Within the game, the GT prototypes, very fun to drive and stick to the road. Don't really have to think about it. With this car, there's a little more planning involved in the corners. Oh, so let's just not go off in the grass here. We've got plenty of laps, and odds are here around. I ran a playthrough of 10 laps earlier today. And I think around lap 6 we started lapping cars, but since the damage I believe is random on each of the AI, it will we'll probably see cars here before too long. Still see a pretty long stream of them back at the left and right chicane there. Like I said, I'm not too familiar with the track. I don't know the names of the corners, but we'll try and ease our way through here. Oh, bit of a doozy. Now this car really likes to slide. When I was playing with it earlier, I hadn't put a tune. I was driving it completely stock, and it was just absolutely horrible. All the bouncing and lack of rear grip, or grip in the rear wheels, was just absolutely terrible. I ended up finishing second. It was roughly the same setup as what we have here. with the pro drivers, quick stops. It was just shortened down to 10 laps. No problem. Oh, let's try and not cause any mayhem here towards the beginning, or the end of the first lap. A nice swoop through there. Hopefully our momentum will carry us past player number 2, or position number 2, but not if I can keep forgetting to switch the gears. It's kind of a necessary thing. Now this corner. Turn 1. Or would that technically be turn 2? Oh, goodness. It's okay, we only lost 1 position out of it. Plenty of time lost, though. Ooh, cut a little wide. That's alright. You'll probably notice my cat getting up on the chair beside me. Big Vinegar. I don't know if you guys can see him or not. He's always trying to be in on the action. Good cat. Big, long straightaway. I didn't want to do the version with the chicanes, as I felt that I'm not 100% sure when the chicanes were put in, but in a retro race, I feel like they probably weren't in there. And I also didn't want to have to think for 2 more corners on the back of the straightaway here. It's nice just to have a really long period where you don't have to think. We're catching up to 2nd place here. Not sure what's going on, if he just slowed down for the corner. Here we go. Oh, coming in a little hot. Tires squealing. Take a quick peek behind, even though we can tell from the mini-map that the nearest guy is a quarter mile away. 2 3/4 seconds behind our last lap. I'm trying to see how I can do about improving my lap times on the track. As I play the lap repetitively, hopefully they will improve. I'll try and find my faults and smooth them over. So it's good that we have the Ford GT in front of us. Being a similar car, we can hopefully follow his line. As I said earlier, I didn't really intend on following the braking line too strictly, as it's very rarely the case that it's the fastest line. I just, with an unfamiliar vehicle on an unfamiliar track, it's better to have a guideline, in my opinion, so you don't just completely wipe out lap 1 and just ruin all your chances. Oh, goodness, downshift in a bad time there. Carry through. Oh, it looks like he made a small mistake as well. Oh, right out into the slow strip there. A lot of these corners here at Le Mans, even though it looks like there's a wide runoff, there's actually slow strips. Like coming onto the first straightaway. It's terrible. You do not want to cut that wide. Or the front straightaway, the straightaway. Sliding. I'm trying to decide, based on fuel consumption, we're at 80% at the end of lap 2. So it's roughly 10% a lap. Trying to decide when I need to ration out my stops. Sorry, buddy. Won't happen again. I know that was a terrible attempt at an overtake. But sometimes in these new vehicles, you just can't help yourself. You gotta bam around a little bit. Second gear, punch it through the corner, and we're on to the straightaway. Looks like they're starting to, oh my goodness. He was trying to overtake the Ferrari in the lead and ended up almost taking a spill and dragging me down with him. Oh, it looks like he may have it. Oh, and I may have just taken it away from him. A terrible lack of braking. Just try and follow them all the way through. If we can't go into the tire wall first, mercy. Oh well, I'm not too worried about it. To a nice drift onto the straightaway. But the whole point of this straightaway, or the whole importance, let me rephrase, of that corner before the straightaway is the speed that you carry through that corner is tacked on to the end of the straightaway. So if you go through the corner if you go through the corner at 100 miles an hour, and then versus going through the corner at 80 miles an hour, well, that's 20 miles an hour that your engine won't have had to work up at the end of the straightaway. It's very important before you reach your straightaways to plan out your path. However hypocritically I may be speaking, this vehicle is a challenge to drive. Although I do enjoy a challenge, it's a challenge. If you've made it through halfway through lap 4 with me, feel free, give the video a like, and if you want to see some more videos like this, hit that subscribe button. You never know what I'll be posting on. Whether it's Forza challenges, or some old school Age of Empires gameplay. We're looking into a lot of stuff here recently, so feel free to come join. You're always accepted. Now that that spiel is over, let's get back to the race. It doesn't appear as if I've lost too much time throughout the progress of the lap in between where I'm at right now and where I hit the wall last lap. So that's encouraging. Say 5 seconds off our fastest lap. That's pretty good. Now if we can just get a clean lap, that's our next goal. I did hit a 4:11 clean in my 10 lap playthrough I did earlier today. So I'm trying to see if I can replicate that. Maybe, oh my goodness, make it even smoother. It's the weirdest thing, this vehicle. This Ford. Sometimes it slides through the corners, and sometimes it just has no grip at all. I can't figure it out. I know it probably has something to do with the weight of the car transferring when I apply brakes and throttle, but for the life of me, it's hard to decipher where it's going to grip and where it's not. So driving these contraptions in real life, I definitely could take them out a lot faster. Let's see if we can do that here. Mercy. Well, there's a 410 marked as a dirty lap though. And we're still pulling dirty laps. I'm not understanding. Just got absolutely no memory when it comes to these brakes and how bad they are. My mistake. So apparently we passed into second. The guy that was in second decided to hit the pits. So we'll see if we can maximize on that gap. Slowly but surely, I think I'm gaining ground. As I play more, the smoother I get. It's rather enjoyable, actually. Except for when you misjudge a corner as you were talking. But that's okay. It's entertaining for you. And me. Oh, God. We even made up time. Up until that happened. I'm telling you, those slow strips. And our first bit of traffic. '24th place. A heartwarming. Go. Sliding around 24th place. Wasn't too bad. Onto the Mulsanne straight. Looks like we've got more traffic up ahead. Hopefully we'll be able to get around them before we reach the corner at the end of the straight. Looks like we're catching them pretty rapidly. Just going off the mini-map. So I'm probably going to pit this lap. 24% fuel. There's another victim. The GT engine. Brake just to make sure we stay on line here. Got around him clean, and we've got more. It looks like they've finally started to spread out. We'll probably be seeing a bit more of that for the rest of the race. Traffic, not misjudged corners, hopefully. Something about this track, and well, a lot of the historical tracks on this game is exactly that. There's a lot of history behind each of these tracks, and I believe my generation and forward, I have not really come into a lot of contact with the generations of people who went to these tracks, who raced them, who dealt with the excitement. This GT versus Ferrari race, I did a little bit of research on it, and it was a pretty astounding, the Ford versus Ferrari phenomena, where Henry Ford III went and challenged Enzo Ferrari to basically a battle at Le Mans in, I believe the year was 67, and Ford swept Ferrari. 1, 2, 3, all three of the cars that Henry Ford had entered swept the Ferraris and thumped Enzo right in the pride. which is all good. Looks like he's pitting as well. Slow down there, Jack. Alright. And we start pitting literally inches behind him. Stretch our hands. Nice. We've been in it for 8 laps, beginning the 9th. Got 20 laps, and we've still got 4 more pit stops to make. So let's just see what we can do with those kinds of odds. Right behind. It looks like he got off to a bad start. It's probably the AI being janky as usual. I really wish Turn 10 would do something about the AI in this game, considering it's a driving simulator and not a racing simulator. So we're here in first. Don't know how long we'll keep it. This is how treacherous the track is. How treacherous this car is, and how treacherous my lack of skill is. But we're always improving. Never doubt that. A little bit of a run on him coming onto the straightaway. In second place there. With more traffic to contend with than I care to look at. Mercy. This looks like he's getting over. 23rd. I'm pretty sure we passed 2 cars before we passed that guy. I don't know. And 22nd. See you down the road, buddy. Oh, wow, he must have got caught behind traffic. He's a quarter mile back now. Excellent. All the more lead. I really don't want to have to deal with these 4 pit laps and lose due to a pit lap technicality. Or a pit technicality. Pit lap. Listen to me. So we're good to go for another 8 laps. Can't do that. I guess we'll just have to watch and see when he pits. And hopefully we can match. Even though we're in the lead, we're gonna set the pace on this a little bit. I'd like to get as much of a lead as I can. Maybe I can knock out a pit right at this lap, for example. Come on, slow down there, Mr. Ford. Close call. That could have been a hurt on our lap time. We made an intersection with the... Not really sure what car that was. I'll have to look in the leaderboards at the end of the race. As we make our way around the swoops here. Just try to keep it clean. Air momentum. You didn't give me this time. Speed strips. 34. And we're finally on a clean lap. So we'll not push too hard on this lap. Try not to, at least. But I do want to set a good time while it's clean. Hopefully move me up on the leaderboards a little bit. Beautiful. How in the world did I get a dirty lap? I'll have to go back and watch the replay on that. So I do not agree one bit with this track and its marking. Just scrape the wall a little bit there. Oh. Mercy. No words. We can get out a half mile ahead of him. We might stand a chance. We'll run 2 laps and set another, going for another pit. Because I think we're on the downhill trend now. I think this is lap 10. Who knows? There he is. He's probably coming through the chicanes. No, this is lap 11. Even better. see him though. Okay, there he is over in the right lane. Stay over there, buddy. Beautiful. Beautiful. Just now coming to the right-hander we just came off of is player 2, or position 2. I'll say player 2. Just keep it nice and easy through these swoops. Really enjoying this part of the track. It used to be, before I actually started really learning them all, it used to be the most annoying. Oh, stay off those strips. Nice and smooth. We're on a clean lap now, so let's try and maintain it until we go sideways with that last quarter. That's okay, we're not complaining. Wide open for miles. Love it. roast them off. We don't need those rear tires. We've still got a pretty healthy lead. Probably about the length of a pit stop. Well, we're definitely hitting the pits now. As we approach back onto the front straightaway here, we'll try and make sure we don't get whopped in the rear. Dropped us back down to third. No problem. As long as we have second place in our scope. Oh, mercy. Cold tires, cold tires. Gotta remember that. Their successful pass into second. First place is roughly a mile ahead of us. A little less than a mile. We got our work cut out for us. The good thing is, though, we've got 3 of the 5 quick stops out of the way. We've got 7 more laps. So I think we'll be able to catch first place. One of the mechanics that I wish that would really be emphasized even more than it already is in Forza is the timing of pits and endurance races. When things might randomly break on the car, for example, and you might have to go back into pits for 3 or 4 laps. I would like to see something like that implemented. And I would definitely like to see a lot more emphasis put on long distance races, because an hour-long race in the real life sense of an hour-long race is not very long. That's why the races that you see are timed 2.5, 3, 4, 6, 12, 24 hours. Because it's very hard to make a vehicle that can drive for that extended period of time. And it's also very hard to have a driver who can consistently maintain these lap speeds over that period of time. It's absolutely ridiculous in my head that somebody can drive at these speeds for 3 hours in a video game. It's a lot easier than it would be in real life. Sitting in a chair, you're not feeling the G-forces and the heat. And hello, cat. You need to go on somewhere now. In the middle of a race. Can't you tell this is important? It's so important that we're going to run off into the grass, lose a bunch of time, and get passed back into third place. No problem. One thing that real life drivers don't have to worry about is cats. Nice and easy. Cut it down just a little bit. Catch this curb and we're back around. Well, not quite. Okay, I just saw, literally, was driving straight on my path here and got marked with a dirty lap. It literally just popped up. And that irritates me, kitty. I want to understand that. And I want to understand it. I don't understand it. It doesn't make any sense to me why I would get marked with a dirty lap if I'm driving in the middle of the lane, right where the braking line popped up. It was on the road, right where I was driving, and then all of a sudden, boom, dirty lap. I just don't understand it. We'll have to ask Turn 10 about that one. I like the whole issue with Monza being picked as the first track in the Forza Racing Championship, with the track being as broken as it is. I would like some clarification on where the clean lines are. We went back into first. That was beautiful. It's kind of surprising that we're lapping people in 7th place. I didn't think we were getting that far ahead of everybody. Without any super major incidents. I guess we're... oh my goodness. Speaking of super major incidents, we just about had one right there. All that time we made up on 2nd place. Wow, turning 406. Hoping we can keep that as a clean lap. That'd be great. As I'm talking, sliding off the map. It's an absolutely huge mistake. Goodness, I don't know what happened right there. Not hurt. It'd just be my timing on the brakes. Here we are, on to lap 17. We're in first place with 2 quick stops to go. And I don't know how many of the other cars, how many pit stops the other cars have taken. Oh, second place. Second place just took presumably his 4th out of 5. This will allow us to get a nice big bump in the distance between us. So next lap I'll be able to force one out. Oh, if the car will stay around in the right direction, keep all 4 of them planted there. We will be taking a pit stop this lap. Oh, excuse me, itching my eye. And lap 19. And we'll see what that does for us, because we have got a absolutely humongous lead thanks to that pit stop. Almost 2 miles. That's pretty incredible. It'll close up very quickly at 190 miles an hour, like the second and third place cars are known to go. But there's still a difference of over a half a mile between those 2 positions as well. Try not to reenact last lap's incident. Around we go. into the Porsche sign. Smooth. I have to keep telling myself, smooth. This car is ultra super janky. Now let's take a lap. Or a pit. You know what? Forget it. We'll go right through the gravel. We don't care. Alright. Oh, we're on pit stop number 4, but so is 3rd place. Will 2nd place take a pit stop as well? It remains to be seen. In 4th place, poor guy is just miles and miles back. He's probably on the verge of getting lapped. So we're doing good. I think as long as we can keep all 4 of them on the track, all 4 tires that is, we will be able to take the victory here at Le Mans in this 20-lap endurance race with the vintage historic sports cars. I can't remember the class I used. I'll look it up before the end of the video. Nearing the end. I still blame cold tires and the wind. I blame the wind. Blew me off the track. Really stuttery portion of the track right there coming off of that corner. If you stay to the inside, it doesn't seem to bother you, but once you're out by the curb, the car just bounces and bounces and bounces. It's unsettling. So all in all, a rather uneventful race, but we'll take those. We'll take those all day long. The goal, aside from finishing as first, is setting a good lap times. And well, we've decided that when the game can't determine that a clean lap is a clean lap, well, we'll have to set that aside as well and just go for the pole, or not the pole, but go for victory position. I think I might go ahead and knock out the final pit stop this lap. We've got a pretty healthy lead. And then we will continue the final 2 laps unscathed. Hopefully. Pit stop of the race. Let's see if we can stay off the wall here in pit lane. And hopefully, if all the data metrics play into effect, we'll still be in the lead and we won't have to make any more pit stops. Here we go. 2 more laps. Really scary how the back end slides out on this car. What else can I say? My fault. So I think we're going to lap 4th place here very shortly. He just exited pit lane. He'll be the next car. Lap 20. There goes 5th. Oh my God. I don't know what happened. The rear just slid out. Very frustrating. Final pass down the final stretch. Well, not the final stretch by any means, but your brain's been melted by an hour and a half of hearing an engine roar in your ears. A little bit of grammatical variance is excused, one would hope at least. Fourth place does not want to be caught. Looks like he's hung up in some traffic. There's fifth. There's fourth. And around we go. Up Striley. What a wonderful thing to be at the top. We'll break the engine before we cross the start-finish line. That's the race. 20 laps at Le Mans on the old Mulsanne circuit with 5 quick stops. We did all 5 quick stops. We did all 20 laps. And I'd like to thank you for joining me at this excellent track in this excellent car. Okay, we'll go ahead and get our quick spins in here. Beep, 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 250,000. Wow, that was a lot of experience. 3 levels. Look at that, nice milli. All right, wow, 99,000. Good way to get a lot of experience in the game. Do an endurance race. Very fun, very memorable. Well, thank you all so much for joining. I'm so glad that you took the time out of your day to join me in watching this video. Even if you skip to the end, I see you out there. You don't have to worry about that. You all have a great day. See you around.